Alright, today we're going to be working on this D6R XL. I'd blown a hose going to the transmission and it just had a leak. So dug this trench here, dropped the belly pan, replaced the hose. Trying to get it done, so I didn't make a video on it, but I want to drain the rest of the transmission fluid. But I went to pull this plug and yeah, it's pretty wallered out. And when I put this in there, it barely goes in and you have no bite, and it's way too strong, or way too tight. So I'm gonna try to hold this in there and tack it in and see if I can get it tight enough, get a welding good enough anyways to hold, so we can get that out of there. But I'll get the welding trailer popped open and started up and see what we can do. Now, I'm not 100% sure that it's going to matter, but anytime that I'm welding on these things, I just go ahead and disconnect the batteries, because you never know, and you really don't want to burn something up or sending all that electricity through the machine and then burn up your batteries. So might not matter, but just something I do. Stick my ground on there, fire up, and we're ready to weld. Alright, so here's what we got. Looks really shitty, but I'm gonna use this brake cover anyways, and it should just pop right off there. So I'm gonna back over this hole, drop me a drum in the ground underneath that plug, and yeah, dump her out. Alright, well, it's about done draining. I went and picked up our new plug, and then the seal just seats down in there. You want to make sure it kind of seats so that when you put it in there, it doesn't fall out of place, fall out of the seal for it. So pretty much once you pull that plug out, you got this little valve in here, and right now it was just kind of angled to the side. I kind of had it wedged so that it was dripping out, but you just take it and you push it, and it pushes that whole screen back. I don't know if you can see, yeah, kind of see it, but yeah, you can push it and it'll come out like that. But it looks like there's a little divot in there or something. There's probably a way to make it stick open, but I just kind of wedged one side of it down like that, and it that rod is kind of holding it against these threads in here, so it held that bottom end open and let it drain out, so I didn't have to stand here the whole time. So looks like we've about got all that we can get out of there. So now we just double check, make sure that plate back in there is seated, not letting any fluid out. So take our plug and put it on in there. Now I'll take some paint after I go to the house, and Monday when we start work again, I'll take some paint, spray it on there, and let it dry before we get going. But that's that. Now it's time to snug this up with the brake over, and then dump 38 gallons of drivetrain transmission fluid into it. On the right side here, as you could say, passenger side if there was a passenger side. Take that open. Here's where you check your fluid for your transmission, and it's dry. So that's good. So we dumped the right stuff out. So now time to get the funnel, fill her up. All right, here's what we're gonna use. I don't know if you can read it on there, but it's a CAT transmission and drivetrain oil 30. Transmission and drivetrain oil SAE 30. So we got I got 35 gallons in 5-gallon buckets, and I got 5 more gallons and 1-gallon jugs. Alright, now we got I've dumped 35 gallons in there. And that's all my 5-gallon buckets. Now we're going to go ahead and I checked it a couple times, pretty much every bucket just to make sure, but we had originally got all the fluid out. So it's not cheap, hate to waste it, so we're at 35 gallons. And kind of looks like it's on the stick, but not heavy enough. It doesn't look like it's actually, looks like it might have just scraped it off the tube. We'll try it one more time. No, just hitting the bottom of the stick, it looks like. So we're gonna add it gallon by gallon now. So we got these 1-gallon jugs, and we'll just check it every gallon because they say it holds 38. And that's just if, you know, everything actually came out of there and I didn't spill too much. So I'll dump another gallon in here. I think I'm actually going to do 2 gallons because it wasn't even on the stick, so that would make 37 gallons of oil that we put in. Out of the 38 they're calling for. Actually, I'm going to check it. Just be safe. Better safe than sorry. All the way across the stick, so I'm going to let it sit there for a minute and drain down, and then if it's still showing too full, I'll start it, put it in forward, reverse, and then we'll get out and check it again. Yeah, it's kind of looking like it's way overfilled right now, but definitely wasn't the case 1 gallon ago, and I know 1 gallon didn't raise it up across the whole stick. So we'll just keep checking until we get a good read on it. Yep, it's running all the way up and down that thing. So, alright, at this point I'm going to start it, kick it in forward and reverse, and then I'll check it again. Let me see. I think you can check this at low idle. So you got engine stopped and running at low idle, warm oil. So yeah, let's crank it up and see what happens. I'll just let it sit here and idle for a second, let it warm up before we move, and then just pop it in forward, pop it in reverse, maybe roll a little bit, and then maybe the lines aren't filled up or something, and pull some of this fluid out of there and level it off. So we'll see. Alright guys, so I got pretty lucky after I started it and let it put it in forward and reverse, filled the lines, I'm guessing, and knocked it back down, knocked the fluid level back down, and ended up right on my full mark. So I'm gonna run it for 20-30 minutes and then check it again, and then run it for an hour, check it again, and then just make sure you check that check all the fluids all the time and you'll never go wrong. So alright guys, thanks for watching. I got a bunch of videos on my channel and keep adding them every day. Just little stuff like this. If stuff goes wrong, I'll videotape it and me trying to fix it the best I can, and maybe help somebody out and help me remember how I did it the last time so I can look back on it and remember for the next time it breaks. So like I said, please subscribe and like this video, comment any questions. Thanks for watching.